Do you ever feel like your left hand is lagging way behind your right hand? Like no matter what you do, you can't quite seem to control your left hand the way that you want it to? Well, we're not having any more of that. In this video, I'm going to show you one of the most effective and elegant ways to teach your left hand to think like a musician and move like a pianist. And we're going to do it by using something deceptively simple, scales, but not how you've been taught before. Most piano learners, especially adult learners, focus on their right hand first because that's where we hear the melody, the stuff that we are interested in. And the left hand is usually stuck playing single notes or simple chords, and that's about it. And when you try to get it to actually move around the piano, it looks at you like, "What do you want from me, buddy? I'm doing the best that I can." But here's the thing. The left hand is capable of so much more. In fact, it can be just as fast and just as agile and just as strong as the right hand. It just needs the right kind of training. And because I'm your best piano playing friend, I'm going to give it to you. Let's get started. All right, let's talk scales. You've probably been taught to practice your scales like this. And there's nothing wrong with that, but it is severely limited because in actual music and the songs that you want to play, you're not going to find this. Even though the songs you want to play do have scales incorporated into them, the scales don't start and end on the first note. They are fragments of scales. They take twists and turns. They start on different notes of the scale. So just practicing the standard scale exercise doesn't train you to play the songs and pieces you want to play. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take that same scale and we're going to play it starting on each note of the scale using the standard fingering. Stay with me here. Okay, we're starting on the first note of the scale. We call that the tonic, and we start with the fifth finger. That's fine. You go up all the way. One octave is fine, and then come right back down. Now, you're going to play the same scale starting on the second note of the scale, the D, and I'll tell you a secret right here, since you're watched this far. Every single major scale has only one note that gets the fourth finger in the entire scale. So in C major, the D is the only one that gets the fourth finger. That's it. That's all you have to remember. So starting on D, we're going to start fourth finger and continue the scale. Now when you go over, is it going to be 4? No. Is that a D? No. So it doesn't get fourth finger. Is that a D? Yeah, it gets the fourth finger. So do you see what we're doing? We're teaching your left hand to use different fingers going over and under and to understand how to make sense of patterns. In this case, the pattern is a major scale that isn't just starting on the first note and ending on the first note. And you're also coordinating all the muscles and ligaments and joints and everything to play nice and relaxed. That's why I'm showing you that side view so you can really get an idea of how your wrist is involved. Now we're going to start on the third note of the scale, the E, third finger. Going over to third finger. Here's that D, fourth finger. And come back down. Remember, only D gets the fourth finger. Now I'm going to start on the fourth note of the scale, the F, using second finger. I'll go a little bit slower so you can see really clearly what I'm doing. There's that fourth finger. You're training your mind to remember patterns. And now we're going to start on the fifth note of the scale, which is G, first finger. Here we go. Nice and slow. There's my D. first finger goes under. Don't put 4 because that's not a D. Okay. Next, we're going to the 6th note of the scale, starting on A, 3rd finger. Here we go. There's your D. Boom, 4th finger. And we've got one more to go. The B, 2nd finger. Let's do it. And let's go back. All right, so what have we accomplished here? We have given all of our attention to the left hand, teaching the left hand how to move around the keys. You're learning the territory with this poor neglected stepchild, the left hand. Why doesn't anybody work on it? I don't know. That's what we're doing here. We're working on memory, recall. What's our scale? We're playing C major scale. Okay, they're all white keys, easy to remember, and remembering that the 4th finger only goes on D, that's it. So we're learning musical thinking here, as well as working out that left hand. And you're learning to move through fragments of scales. So yes, we're playing the entire scale, but we're starting at different places. So in your mind, that is sort of fragmented from the typical, this guy, right? Okay, if you do this exercise every single day, you will notice the payoff is huge. Oftentimes in piano, it's not the hard work or the really complicated stuff that brings you the most returns on your investment. It's the simple things, but the right things, done mindfully and done consistently over time. When C major gets easy for you to do with the left hand, you can also do with the right hand. I'm not going to do it here because this is a left hand video, but you can do the same thing with the right hand. Then what you want to do is start using different scales. For example, G major. Now, if you play G major, it's got a different note for the 4th finger. In this case, it's A. There it is, and so on. So you might say, well, I don't know all these fingerings. Don't worry, I got you. There is a free download you can get at the link below that lists the fingerings for all the scales, including for the right hand, if you want to start working with the right hand. Don't try to master all the scales in one go. Don't look at the most complicated scales with the most sharps or flats and say, how in the world am I ever going to get there? Small changes, small steps compound over time so that you are able to handle more complex information, both up here and over here in your fingers. Now, if you want to learn 6 other things you can master with just one scale, you definitely want to check out this video here. Keep practicing, have fun, and I will see you soon. Bye.